revolutions made contradictory logics and show also the complexity of the process. And with this multi-stage analysis, I think it's a good way to encompass all the complete narrative of this revolution. Of course, because we lack of distance, what I'm proposing today is more analytical framework than, of course, in-depth analysis. So my first part is about territory as a key player of Uprising, and so I start from the point you recollect the world media, because so many people have said, oh, it's a very revolution, and we talk a lot about this. I just want to highlight 3 points and really place this with space. So first, internet helps create a collective awareness, give access to unstructured information and to plurality of opinions. But what I want to just remind is certain channels do display this work before that, and maybe it were concerning more people than internet. So sometimes it's not only internet, it's also satellite channels. Some idea, this idea of greater collective awareness, you have this link created between citizens and against the so-called wall of fear. And what you were saying is exactly that, the emergence of a public sphere, where you have local events that are derealized to generate information. But my point is that this information, which is very virtual, she has to be embodied in the public, in the real public space. But that's the role of the new media, because they have to coordinate this with action, and it's that, in my geographical language, to re-territorialize anger, and because they were playing a lot of role in fixing the relevant points in the city. And structure is also to document the risk of organization, as we've seen with the clips on YouTube shooting on cell phones. So it just reminds us also the major role of cell phones plays in both coordinating street actions, but also in generating the risk of organization. But my point is, if through this new media have played a great role, the conquest and the control and the control of the space remains crucial for the requirement. So, as one pronounced in the last slide, I think it's very important to remind that this is maybe usually involved in the very center of the city. Another modality is the destruction of buildings. As I've shown this on this picture, we have the NFT building, but you have also everywhere main destruction of buildings, either which are the symbol of power, or you have also destruction of buildings which are also symbol of liberalization. And that reminds also the big social dimension of this kind of protest that I just put here the picture of the Arcadian Mall, which has also certain point. But this destruction phase is not the only one, because we have also a reconstruction phase of human spaces, and we have heard a lot of graphic data, so I won't talk about it, but just remind us really kind of phase of reappropriation. And what's also interesting is that just after the fall of Ben Ali and Walid, you had this idea that you were people were establishing a new urban order. This is a new issue, a new Tunisia. We are going to keep our street clean and visual protesters. We're painting the wall, making the sidewalk, we're cleaning the streets. So you have this deep interest in the urbanness, symbolizing the new country. That they won't be able to control space. They create their own space, and they call tahrir, which means, of course, the jam, because we call it jam. So this is an interesting way of taking these two competitive place, since you have no reflecting the political state in the event. Another story is this Pearl Square in Manhattan, which was also the heart of the station. And what is interesting is just after the building was crashed by the samples of the CCG firstly decided to destroy the statue. And what the state manual referred yesterday, they used also a sexual metaphor. They say that the statue has been wrecked and we have to clean this non-violation. So it's for me also a very good illustration of the importance of space and what is symbolized of the revolutions. I had a point also about Tahrir, since I'm sure that everybody is very sorry, I just will summarize this very quickly. I just want to remind that Tahrir Square was before the revolution and the message of two recent European policies. First policy, the idea of relocation central functions to the peripheries, like let's just take the American AUC, who were moved to a new town, which was different, like Blue Day will be Gila, so that this center was losing some of its core function. And the other idea is also the idea of the closing of public space, because it was the square was a place. There were things made that people won't easily demonstrate. It was made to encourage demonstration. And in a way, the revolution given back here its centrality. What is very interesting that I will not stay on it because it's very common and we've heard that a lot of many speeches. But I just wanted to remind also two things about Tahrir. The idea of Tahrir celebrating the unity of the nation. And I think it's really important because you have also this institution case, but there the institution case is getting more and more symbolic. But you have this very strong idea of the unity of the nation and that people from all social, geographical origin of whatever religion or whatever political background will be all together celebrating the nation. So that's the first very idea. And still very important idea is also that the first day that in Tahrir Square people were able to organize themselves. And I took this picture because it shows how the square were organized like a small city. And people were able to create their own system and things were functioning better than the things in the real estate. And also that Tahrir just became a model. For instance, her square, she was renamed, and people in Bahrain said, this is our Tahrir Square. So we have the same thing in Benghazi. In Homs, people were just using the name of Tahrir to rename the whole place. So it became something very emblematic of the revolution. And one important also is circulation of the image of Tahrir Square. It's not only circulating in the outer world, it's circulating outside. I would also ever refer as Spanish engineers were doing in Puerto del Sol, which is very similar to Tahrir Square as a central place. They were just mobilizing this model of Tahrir Square, and even in Wall Street, in the moment of occupying Wall Street, you are also kind of distinct with Tahrir. Another idea is also that the idea of spatial justice was very present in the place of the protesters. So I was just maybe not, I won't be down to describe all, but I just insist on this idea of regional inequalities. And I took the three interesting maps of Tunisia, which show the first military rates, literacy rates, the unemployment rate, and the parts of the house after the same kind of process. The revolution of the Egyptian Tunisia starts in the urban regions, because the urban regions, if we had the same map, it would be very like this, but it didn't happen at the classical region. So we see that we have a very different kind of revolution. And that's why I will just end this first part of my speech by a very schematic periphery. And of course, Tunisia anymore is very Atlantic. But you can also put in this category Libya, since the revolution started in the east, in Benghazi. You can also, of course, put Syria in this category, because it also started a little bit like Tunisia, in a very small city, Dera, which is on the Jordan treaty border. And what's very interesting in Syria also that the regime it was very part of the strategy of this force to say we are controlling the big centers, Damascus and Aleppo are not in this revolution because in fact they are very, very strong of the centers. And even when you have protests in the periphery of the mass, they never say it's in the mass, they say it's in mass, but in reality it's everywhere.